What a nasty piece of work Ted Cruz is. I mean, what a vile thing to say about fellow humans, just humanity generally. Who talks like this?
That there is a real risk if you are that slacker barista who wasted 7 years in college studying completely useless things, now has loans and can't get a job. Joe Biden just gave you 20 grand. Like, holy cow, 20 grand. That, maybe you weren't going to vote in November and suddenly you just got 20 grand. And, if you can, get off the bong for a minute and head down to the voting station or just send in your mail-in ballot that the Democrats have helpfully sent you, it could drive up turnout, particularly among young people.
If you're that slacker barista who wasted 7 years in college, if you can get off the bong for a minute, it could drive up turnout. What is he talking about? Does he not realize that having debts, if you were a student, can plague your entire life? Was he never that person that was constantly receiving phone calls from debt collection agencies because student loans got out of hand? Does he not realize how so many people in American society suffer because they cannot get off the starting block because of their debts and their student loans? Does he think that this whole political thing is theatre? Does he think Joe Biden is doing these things just for his own good? Does he not realize that there are actual voters, constituents, former students who will benefit? It's just relentless, this kind of vile attitude from Republicans towards anybody that is not a Republican. I mean, what about all the Republican college graduates who are going to benefit from this? The mindset of the people that are so desperate to criticize, to use this horrific language. We heard the same thing from Ron DeSantis, talking about Dr. Anthony Fauci. It's just disgusting. America is never going to find its feet as long as lawmakers set these types of examples. It's fine for people to criticize each other on social media, but we're talking about lawmakers. We're talking about people that society looks up to. And if that is the role model that my children are going to have to look to, then what hope is there for the next generation? Their student debts will be the least of their worries. I'm Anthony Davis. You can hear me every day on the 5 Minute News podcast and on Sundays on The Weekend Show with MeidasTouch.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.